Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to the Monday afternoon and our mini hike here at Sky Lake Camp Center. My name is Jenna. I'm the assistant director. I'm sitting here on the northeast corner on the lake trail of our property area, where I'm sitting on a bench that is, if you see behind me, there's a sign for the intersection right up here for witch hazel, which goes behind me. The lake trail, which continues to my right. I'm going to turn the view around so you can see on the bench here, and it has a nice spot to sit, feel the breeze, and hear the wind through the leaves as I here on witch hazel and lake trail intersection that continues around toward the west on the lake trail. A couple of things I want to show you as we move from this bench. Nice resting spot here in the woods behind this sign, which this is one of our lift and. So I've discovered I can't go towards the lake right here on this corner because we lose the signal too quickly. But that was one of our lift and learn signs that talked about red maples. So we're walking on the corner of the lake trail. This intersection leads off to the ball field, which goes up to an area where we've hiked in the past. As we hike today, I want to talk about God's grace that Matt highlighted as this week's focus when he was at the campfire last night. Yet thinking about God's grace and what that is. The definition of divine grace talks about the divine influence to inspire virtuous impulses. And Matt talked about John Wesley and the three descriptions of grace. One being that John Wesley talked about was working examples of piety or works of charity towards others. As you think about how you can show grace to others, do you think you can do it through acts of piety or charity towards others? Also talks about works of mercy. Those are easy ways in which many examples come to my mind of feeding the hungry, providing clothing to those who might need it, entertaining a stranger in need. One that's a little trickier is sometimes visiting those in prison or those that are sick. So this is some of the view along our lake trail that leads down to a shoreline path that a lot of the deer often will use. Takes you to one of my favorite photo spots to look down this beautiful lake towards the west shore. Some of you may have seen them in many of my postings. This part of the trail to a couple of nice spots. Another covered bench that's been here for many years. Maybe you know someone who helped build that. But it provides a beautiful location to pause, perhaps for a sudden shower. And stop and look at the view. Hear the gentle breezes. Yeah, depending on where we're at, the breezes are better than in the open air. As I walk to my absolute favorite spot for photo, I bring a scripture written by in his thoughts regarding God's grace for him in his life. It's from 1 Corinthians 15:10. Paul says, "By the grace of God I am what I am, and his grace which was bestowed upon me was not in vain. But I labored more abundantly than they all, yet not I, but the grace of God which was with me." Bring you this beautiful view today, brought to you by the grace of God. May a blessed day. Think of how you might show God's grace that's given to you and share it with others. Don't forget to join us again on our next hike on Wednesday and then on Friday. And Kevin is preparing to make up some wonderful, delicious goodies in our next bake sale, which is this Saturday. He's making bagels, some cookies, and a lemon icebox pie. Make sure you order by Thursday.